Welcome back to the channel. As you do know, this is Life with Nessa and I am Nessa. Now today Nice actually here. She's home, but it's like early in the morning, so she isn't up yet. But just know she's around. So today's an exciting day. If you guys follow me on Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram or following us on Instagram, it's at lifewithnessa_9. I posted that I was going to make a video about my time in the Money Society. Now, for those of you who know what the Money Society is, you will know that the Money Society is open and accepting candidates for the latest cohort. For those of you who do not know, please go find Miss Anna Palomino. On Instagram, she's Anna the Money Coach. On YouTube, she's Anna Novia. And I've said it in a couple of videos that she's somebody that you can follow to get great advice about earning money online or having additional income, dealing with financial matters, stuff like that. No, the Money Society is both. First of all, before I go any further, this is all a video on my experience. These are my opinions. This in no way forms a recommendation to you or to anybody watching this video. This is strictly for entertainment purposes. You do with the information what you will, right? Now that we've got that out of the way. So the Money Society, what is the Money Society? In my own words and in my personal opinion, the Money Society is basically a financial boot camp, right? So I think I was looking for probably ways to earn money online on YouTube when I came across her videos. And I started to watch. I think the first set of videos I watched outside of, I think she was giving some recommendation of how to earn money online. She had some videos about budgeting, and how to manage your money, stuff like that. Now you would think as somebody who works in the field of, accounting, this always happens when I'm recording. In the field of accounting, I would know how to manage my money. Not saying that I didn't, but then some of the times you're so caught up with other stuff that the way she teaches you how to do it isn't the way that I was doing it. And so I found value in it. I did what she said, found value in it, and saw shift in the way I was thinking about my money or the way my money was operating in my life. And so I said, found her on Instagram and started to follow. Watched a couple of her lives, realized that she was talking about the Money Society and what it meant for others, and I thought, could this be for me? Obviously with Pearl, as I do most, not all things, but as I do with most things, I approached it with Pearl and I thought it was a good thing to do, it was a good decision. And so I decided to join. I am a part of cohort 12. I think we started last September. Yeah. So that's what the Money Society is in my opinion and how I came to know about it. Again, why I joined, which was basically because I found value in her YouTube videos and I thought this could be a thing, this could work for me, could it not? And as I said, I saw her on Instagram, not promoting per se because she doesn't really do that, but like telling what the Money Society was and how it had helped others. And so I thought that this was something that I could be a part of. Now what was it like? Now when you see Anna on Instagram, Anna is annoying. And being a part of the Money Society isn't very much different in terms of her personality. However, when we joined, everybody's nervous. If you follow her on Instagram, you'll know that her personality does command respect, which can borderline fear. I'm generally not a timid person, especially of other people. I do believe I have a very strong personality. But for some reason, meeting Miss Palomino, I was nervous. I think it's really because I knew my life was, I was in financial ruin. I was in financial ruin. I wasn't earning as much as I needed to have been earning at the time to take care of my monthly expenses, and I knew that, right? Um, and I was a magician. She doesn't have any little sticks, little tricks, no whatever the magic words are. And if you've seen her on Instagram, you know her take towards people who have been sitting in comfort and don't want to move. And I knew that I was in that position. I was sitting in a place of comfort and familiarity. Right? I'd been at this job for a while. It was secure. And even though it wasn't paying me enough, I was just like, oh, but I'm finding, how do I say, convincing myself of why I should stay. Why should I still be here, even though I'm not earning enough? I would rage apply to places whenever something bad would happen at the workplace. As you know, no workplace is perfect. But I would never really seriously, consistently look for another job. Miss Palomino, one thing you have to do is you have to send her your expenses. Side note, there are people who have been saying, oh, because of the latest spike in the knowledge of theft in the financial sector, mainly with our banks and so on. I say knowledge because these things have been happening for a while. It's just maybe the amount that is being taken is more significant, and there are people of high profile in the media now, and the media is giving this more coverage, but it has been happening for a while. And I realize that people have become skeptic about finances. Everybody's scared. Everybody's just like, oh, I need to draw my money and go put it under the mattress. And so before I continue, I want to just say this. If the bank has your money and somebody steals it, well, hopefully you're covered by JDIC, the Jamaica Deposit Insurance Company. And you should know what that is, and you should know how much they cover per institution, and you should make your decisions accordingly. There's a chance of you getting it back. If you pull your money, pay your way to your yard, gunman check it out, who you gonna get it back from? If you're over your house with the money under your mattress, your house burned down, thief broke in, something happens, roach, come in by you, buys up your money. It's not, I'm not saying people shouldn't be afraid or people shouldn't be skeptic. Let's not use the word fear, skeptic, but think about what the trade-off is, right? If you realize, yes, the financial sector is going through what it's going through, and I saw somebody on Instagram, and I had made a post, and I saw somebody like, oh, the whole of them are thief. If you have come to this video to hear me say that, you can click off. You can just, you know what I mean? Because that's not what this is. Yeah, so continuing. So you have to send her your expenses per month as well as how much you're earning in terms of paper evidence. So your pay slip, your light bill, water bill, She sends you a whole thing that you're supposed to send her because she's planning basically. What you're basically doing is giving this woman your finances and saying, here it is. What do you suggest is best for me based on where I am at? Cool. So I sent it to her, and basically for the first session, she basically said, this ain't gonna be it, sis. You need to get it together. And so if you watch my video on how I got my work from home job, you would see that that is one of the reasons that propelled me to go look for a job, because I wasn't earning enough, and this was something that she had a problem with. This is something I had a problem with. But more so her, and that was something that she said, hey, if you're going to continue in this program, you have to fix this because I can't work with what it is that you have now. I need more money. Fine, so I went ahead and got that. So the 7 months, I think it was, that we spent in the program, September to February, because I had my last session in February. It was, if you are not a person who, how do I say, seeing it on Instagram and hearing other people's success stories is one thing. Being a part of it and having these expectations of you being communicated to you, it can be a whole other thing. It not can be, it is a whole other thing. And so it when when I joined the Money Society, I realized that I needed some therapy. I got into therapy because I thought that was important to work on myself and the things that I believe were holding me back. And so it's rough. It's rough. As I said, financial bootcamp, in my opinion, it is rough. It is not a, oh, let's meet Anna, she's gonna fix my life. Like, no, you are gonna fix your life. She's just gonna tell you what you need to do to get it done. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, and they might underestimate the amount of themselves it requires to fix their life. And I'm not even being coy. Like, people might see it and think, oh, Anna can fix my life. No, sister friend, no, brother. That's not what's happening over there. Like, she can assess your life and she can guide you, and that's exactly what it is. She's a coach. So she's not a mom. So she, like a hovering mom, we take it over. I would say, I'll do it, fine, you can't do it. No, you're gonna do it. And her rule is 3 strikes of her when she gives you what are called action items. If you 3 times you do not do your action items, you are disqualified from the Money Society. Because again, you have to be an active participant in your own saving. Cool. It's not a she's gonna fix it, she's gonna get it together, I'm paying her to fix my life. No, you are an active participant. She's basically the one yelling from the sidelines that, listen, do this, do that, do that. And you need to now have the willpower, the courage to see it through. But mind you, if you don't, she's gonna still be there and she's gonna yell. So that's what it was like for the 7 months. You're basically looking at, you're getting your action items. This is for the personal one-on-one coaching, because I was a part of the Overdrive program. She has 2. So there's the Overdrive and there's the Basic. So in the Overdrive program, you get group coaching sessions, which she teaches you like investment and offshore banking, insurance, so on and so forth. And then you have your one-on-one coaching sessions. So in your one-on-one sessions, she's basically looking at your individual profile and she's saying, hey, this is what you need to do. This is what I suggest you do. She's allocating your money. So she's telling you how much you need to be spending on groceries and your bills and whatever. And you need to have the mindset, the discipline to stick to that in order to get to the goal. And if it is that you're not that type of person, you're going to have a problem. And if you're not willing to shift, you're going to have a problem. So for the 7 months, that was it. We went through our coaching sessions or group calls, and then we would have individual one-on-one sessions with her, and she would go through what it is that we needed to do. She would, basically she's a guide. As she says, she's a coach, and people need to really keep that in mind, that you're being coached. Nobody now take up your life and brush you off and shake you out and carry back home to your brand new for your continue living. Right? Next thing. For me, my biggest takeaway, because I have some questions over there, guys, because if I don't, I can go on forever. My biggest takeaway from the society is a shift in mindset, not only towards my finances, but towards the life itself. I think I've been scared to say, I can do this. Like, I have the potential to achieve greater than what it is that I'm achieving, because I've been so stuck in comfort and familiarity. Coming out of the Money Society, I believe I'm a little bit braver. I believe in myself more, in my capabilities, because, alright, it's like this. And I don't know you personally, no, she's never met us face to face, right? She's just, you sign up on the website, you do a call with her, and she meets you for the first time. You never see her face, by the way. So if we never know what she look like on Instagram, we wouldn't know who we're talking to, because her camera is off, except for when she's teaching group sessions. So for your one-on-one call, her camera is off. Yeah. And this person is rooting for you so hard. She don't even know you. Right? And it's not from a place of I get paid to do this. It's from a place of I genuinely believe you can do better and want you to do better. And matter of fact, you're about to do better. Of course, not everybody survives the money society. I would call myself a proud money society survivor, right? Because there are people who started and they did not make it all the way for whatever reason. It could just be that, listen, it became heavy because it's me. I talk to you, I'm talking to you about it, but trust me, it does not begin to encapsulate the gravity of what happens when you are there, okay? So many people fall away. You can't manage what it is that's being desired of you or being told that you need to do. This is what you need to do to get your place to where you need to get it. Um, yeah, you can't. And another thing with her, she don't take excuses. So like many of us, including me, I'll give myself excuses, reasons as to why I can't do this and I can't do that. And it sounds good in my head, right? It sounds plausible, feasible. Got you. And I taught myself out of stuff. You're not allowed to do that. And if you plan to talk yourself out of stuff, plan for Anna to talk you out of talking you out of, because she's not satisfied nor does she accept mediocrity, no matter how rationally your mind has made you believe this. Like, I couldn't do it because it was raining and I had on slippers. Right, that's a very good excuse. She's not taking that. You have to circle back. Come back. Yeah. Right? And it makes you want to push yourself more because there's this person who is holding you accountable. Accountability is a big thing there. And especially for people who may not have that in their lives, you don't have anybody calling you out on your cold pieces, right? You meet this and it becomes like, whoa, there now. It's strange. And if we're honest, this is why I'm up at 5 something making a video, because I promised that I was going to drop a video on my experience in the money society. I went to bed late and I'm up early because Anna is holding me accountable somewhere, somehow. She's yelling at me saying, no, you need to get it right. Listen, right? So the accountability, and I was grateful for that. Still, I'm grateful for that because it's important. It's important, and it made me assess my friend group, my associates, whatever, and to kind of sift through who is adding value, who is keeping you accountable, who is keeping you above the water, as opposed to who is kind of pulling you back, who is draining you, who, you know what I mean? And she will tell you that when you join the money society, you lose friends, and it's true. Not only because of you now having a different mindset towards finances and how to approach your finances and how to approach life, earning, and whatever, but also because now, well, for me, you're looking at this random person who you paid some money on the internet to kind of guide you, and they become this person in the back of your head talking to you, and talking you into a direction that you maybe always wanted to go but were afraid. And the people who are closest to you, and I don't know you, she don't know you, nor your mother, nor your friend, nobody, but she's speaking to you with such passion and conviction. It's like, okay, okay. And so for me, you start to require more of the people in your life, the people who are expending your energy and your time, right? And yeah, so the takeaway that I was talking about is the shifted mindset. Your mind, you can't function the same way you were if you made it through to the end, even without noticing. There are subtle changes, the way you think about money, the way you think about earning, and your drive towards these things become different. And so I think that's one of my biggest takeaways. Not only that, in my head, like, I admire her beyond her coaching. And she don't know this, let me tell her this right now. I say it's not like me Anna sit down and I say, Anna, I come on the internet and I say them something about you, but big up yourself. No, she doesn't know. And I plan to be as candid as I could be about the money society. Yeah, but I admire her demeanor, in her confidence in who she is and what she brings to the table, and being her authentic self no matter where she is and what she's doing. And I've thought about that, and I thought, what has hindered me from being my authentic self? And another thing is I admire the way she presents herself. Anna is a hot girl, full stop. She may have be wealthy enough to be a hot girl, but even then, yeah, just her presentation of herself is something that has stayed with me and struck me, and something that I've said to myself that I want to get to the place where I can present myself in that way. I can present myself in that way confidently, unapologetically. Um, thing to note, me and Anna never always see eye to eye. Me and Anna never always see eye to eye. I never agreed with everything that she did in the program, but I understood that she was looking at my life from a different perspective, and I trusted her and her judgment to make the decisions that she was making in terms of how do I spend my money. And I remember one time she canceled my session. She don't know this, but if she watches this video, she going to know. She canceled my session because I didn't do a stocks homework. We were supposed to go and figure some stuff out, and I never do it. I never did it because in my head, my portfolio wasn't there yet. We were dealing with allocations based on my new income. And I canceled the session based on that. I'm a Bex, you know. Hey, my Bex, you know. She has an assistant, Yolanda. Big up yourself, Yolanda. Real G. Hey, I can't cuss Anna now. I can't cuss Anna. First of all, Anna not respond to your text. She didn't read it. Cool? I cuss. I mean, I talk to Yolanda. I say, Yolanda, how do you do that? Upset. But guess what? The rules are what they are. And as she would say, it's black and white. She don't say, if you don't do the action item, no comedy session, because it will cancel. It don't matter where you are. This is an action item, and it was an action item for everybody. So me not having done that, automatically my session would have been cancelled. At the time, my Bex, I may say, what you know, say food on the farm. Those are my words in Jesus' name. And then I was upset because I was really looking forward to like really having a session because my first 2 months was a little bit hectic because I hadn't increased my income, and so those were causing the sessions to be cancelled too. And so I was like, yeah, finally a good session, we can talk, we can and it was cancelled. So I was understandably upset, but the reality is the rules are what they are, and she doesn't say if you don't do her action item, don't come to the session because it's going to be cancelled, and it's that hard and fast. There is no wiggle room. It's that hard and fast. As I say, it's boot camp. You ever pass upper camp or wherever, if you have a military base near you and you see those men shouting at those people and rain, hail, bugs, dog, whatever, the work must be done. The work must be done. It's that hard and fast. And so I was upset, but at the end of the day, she never did take no talk. She said, if you don't do my action item, I'm cancelling a session. And I did not do the action item. So the session was cancelled. So it's not, I'm not coming here to say, it was daisies and roses and I agreed with everything. No, I never did like that. Me personally never did like that. Me did Bex. But you know, and then I look at me have a Bex over my house. Over there and talk to myself over there. And talk to Yolanda, because Yolanda will listen. I'm not G, but I'm not listening to me. So it even make no sense to me say nothing. But it kind of brought me up to say, hey, it is what it is, and don't expect other people to change because you fell short, or because you misunderstood, you misinterpreted, you rationalized it a different way. It just is what it is, and you have to learn to operate in that realm and in that sphere and be okay with that, right? And no, say if you don't want to do it, you don't want to operate in the realm and the sphere, don't. But it's not going to change because you have interpreted it or you believe it can go a different way. Cool? Alright, next thing, takeaway. It's okay to be different. It's okay to dream and to go against the tide and go against what society has says is the correct way to do stuff. And it's okay to be your authentic self. It's okay to have passions that are seemingly outside of your scope of achievement based on what you think or the barriers you've put on yourself. Something I took from the Money Society is that there are dreams that you have that you may have buried, put aside, or have feared to dream. At the end of this, you will dare to dream. Especially for me, at least. I am daring to dream of a different way that I've been used to and that I've thought was possible. Next one. The knowledge, because as I said, we do have group coaching sessions. I'm trying to talk slowly today because I've been told that I talk really fast. So we do have group coaching sessions. So we learned about stocks and we learned about offshore banking and insurance and networking and stuff like that. And these are stuff that you learn. And especially for stocks, it was like long. And I was tired, but the information was still valuable, and that's information that I have, and I can go forth and I can look at the stock market with different eyes, and I can make informed decisions based on that. And so the knowledge, even on insurance, offshore banking, the takeaway is great. And you'll hear her say people say they're going to start back because, you know, she's added more to the program since they were in there, because the basics or the core of the teaching is the same, but she'll add on top like new strategies she's learned or stuff like that. So she'll add on top, and so people want that information. I've heard somebody say, oh, people are saying it's cultic. What's cultic is your mindset that makes you believe that somebody trying to help other people is weird. That's cultic. And I'm not even, like, if you're offended, no. Either way, it fascinates me. There was a little spat with her on the internet, and I'm not here to defend Anna, by the way, because Anna's not, we's not friend like that. She's a cool youth, but she never friend group. We're not doing mimosas for a Sunday, cool. But it just fascinates me that as a society we always sit and we always say, yo, if the bigger heads them and the rich people them, and we envy these people and what it is that they've been able to accomplish or what it is that they've inherited. Now here is somebody who didn't inherit it but accomplished it, and she's saying, hey, give me the money here, and a bag of money. If you, whether you have it or you don't, if we're honest, 60 grand is not a lot of money, because 60 grand cannot cover you for the month. Rent, light, water, taxi fare, food, 60 grand cannot do it. And she's saying 7 months of my time, 7 months of my time, you pay me this amount of money and I will teach you what I know, and I will teach you how I got to where I am. And people find it strange because what she's saying isn't go knock up your rich uncle and tell him to give you a thing and your whatever. She's saying take your life in your own hands, your destiny and your future. Do the work, make the sacrifices, stop looking on people, get it done. And people are upset. People are up in arms like, how she going to say this and she born rich, and people like, your failure to do basic research is why we are in a lot of the positions that we're in. We don't do our due diligence. We just vibes. Follow her on Instagram. Watch her YouTube channel. Google search her. Right? See what you can find. And if you have enough discernment, you know, cow feces on your seat, then you can, if you can like examine everything and come back and say, yo, this is where I found the flaw in, and you know, these two things aren't adding up, so I'm adding 1 plus 1 but I'm getting 8, and you know that that's not mathematically correct based on principles and have a logical argument. Don't just come with your feelings because you're lazy or you're scared or you're going with the masses and the masses say this and and whole heap of we are internet badness, so we see a lot of things on the internet, oh this but what is your life really looking like? And if there's an opportunity for you to change, make an investment in yourself. This isn't lining Anna's pockets. 60 grand can't do nothing for Anna. As I said, she's a girl. Right? But yes, it's still a stream of income for her, because the reality is you need to pay people for their time, and that's something that I've taken away. Like, my time is important and it's valuable, right? We're giving of ourselves to other people for free, and then we want others to do the same for us, to pour back into us that way. She's in no way obligated to pour into you for free. And when you come, she's also not obligated to hold your hand and keep you in the mess that you're trying to get out of. Cool? Her job is to help you to make a difference in your life. So due diligence is important in anything, not in this alone, in anything. If ever you're going to deal with somebody, go do your due diligence. See if them is crosses cool. Don't just take it at face value and what other people say. Observe, use your senses, and we will make better, more informed decisions for the long run. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for coming to the sermon. We'll now be collecting offering. Anyways, next thing. So outside of the knowledge I received, which I believe is still valuable, me and people can sit down, or especially members of the society, and we can talk about stocks, and we can say, you calculate the PE ratio for this, and how you feel about that, and we actually know what we're talking about, and it's not just vibes. That's a good feeling. The bonds made with other members, like Yannick all the way over there in Japan, never meet her in a life, but this is somebody that I talk to on the phone like almost every day. Probably gonna knock her up when we're done. Oh, it's nice in Japan, nevertheless. So, and Cindy. Hi, Cindy. I've made bonds with people that I've never met, and people who are people that I talk to on the phone, people that I'll shoot ideas by, people that I'll encourage, and they'll do the same for me. And that for me is great. It's a society, not a cult. A society. And it's really that. I needed a nebulizer for my daughter because Nala is asthmatic. For those of you who don't know, she's asthmatic. She had a really bad episode. Had to go to the hospital with her. That was a disaster. Not my favorite place. And if I ever tell you know what happened to me at the hospital, you know, say, I'm going to the bathroom. Side note to all of this. Somebody was having a good case of the runs and they missed the toilet altogether, and my foot reached into what they put on the floor. Listen, I said I'm not going back. I'm not going back. But my daughter still needed to be nebulized. She only got one dose at the hospital. And so, or one, I don't know what to call it, either way. So I needed a nebulizer, but the one that I wanted was only in Kingston at Jamaica Hospital Supplies. Cindy from the Money Society. I called her, I said, hey Cindy, my daughter needs a nebulizer like yesterday. Can you go get a nebulizer for me and send it up? No problem. Cindy leave her work. Cindy never meet me in her life. Cindy don't know me nor my mother. Cindy went and got the nebulizer. I sent her the money online after she made the purchase because she has Scotia and I have NCB. And so she made the purchase with her own money. She sent it up and I was grateful. She was calling me to say, hey, do you want like an extra mask? Because they're saying that the masks are coming in the nebulizer, and she was talking me through it. And it is something that is dear to my heart, because now if my daughter is having an asthma attack or an episode, I can at least nebulize her until if it comes to the place where we need medical assistance, I can get her there. But just that relief that, this can happen until then, trust me. And these are people from the Money Society, may need talk all the time. And these are bonds that were made, and I'm grateful, and I'm sure maybe other people have made bonds with other people. There are other people that I do talk to from the Money Society, but those are two people to note. And so you can form bonds with people you wouldn't normally have a chance to meet. Because where would I meet Yannick? She lives in Japan. I am not living in Japan. The chances of me meeting Cindy are probably you know what I mean? So I'm grateful that I've been able to meet these people and grow with these people, and we share a common vision and a common experience, and a common knowledge base, so we can bounce off each other and we can really see each other through to the end of this journey. Every day I feel like it's long. I can't even say how much time. Either way, next thing, this one, Anna grows on you. So like, in the way she's been rooting for us, like we're kind of low-key rooting. Well, not low-key. Some of us low-key, some of us high-key rooting for her. And when she'll show up at an event like JMB Invest or whatever, listen, whatever the JMB something name that she was talking at, the whole of the Money Society are going to show up and them are going, yeah, and them are going to rain, like an entourage. And I think that's where people are saying, oh, this is cultic. No, it's not. We're using words too free. But yeah, Anna grows on you, and you start to look forward to her madness. And weird, but and I say it's weird because really it's not like we're being social in the society when we're dealing with Anna. So she comes and she's point A, point B, point C. Let's get it on. Let's move it along. Let's push this train. So it's not like you're sitting on a bed like talking about coffees and roses and whatever. None of that. But for some reason, she does begin to grow on you. Next one. I have a routine now, and I realize that if I don't stick to my routine, I'm thrown off from a day, and it don't go as I would like. So I've been up, or I'm up most days from 5 o'clock, which is a requirement in the money society. You have to check in at 5. I didn't always check in while I was in the money society. I hope one and I hear my belly. She's Anyways, I didn't always check in, but it's something that I still do now. So I'm up at 5. No matter what time I go to my bed, my body is 5 o'clock. I'm up, and I try to stick to my routine as best as is possible, because I realize that it does make my day go as seamless, as seamless as is possible. And so that's something from the society that has stayed with me. Next one, again, the accountability that Anna provided is real. And even if you don't have anybody in your friend group or in your circle to hold you accountable, you can now hold yourself accountable, because you've seen, especially if you've come to the end of it, you've seen yourself achieve great things. Because the goals that Anna is giving you is not some, oh, you're earning $500, okay, I think you should earn $750. You're earning $500, I think you can do 5,000. And she's dead ass looking at you, and you're looking at her, and I said, me? When about me? What do you know about me? That's just it. Even without knowing your life story and your background and your daddy and your big toe uncle, she can look at you and assess you and say you are capable of so much more. And scary as that is, if you are willing to dive into that, you can see the value of it. Even if you don't hit 5,000, if you hit 3,000, you say, man, but if I can do 3, I can do 5, and you keep pushing until you get there. And then the goals that you start to set for yourself are no longer in the mediocre realm and playing. You start to set big dreams for yourself, and you start to push towards it, especially that she gives you an outline as to how to get there. One thing that I've seen people might think is that, oh, she give you ways to make money. No, she does not. She increase your income. No, she does not. She fix your life. No, she does not. She's basically holding you accountable, telling you what to do, and you have to go do it. You have to go do it. Full stop. Right? So she's not giving away to make money. You have to come with that. She vets your ideas. So she's a guide. She vets your ideas on how to make money, and she'll say, she'll question it, and she'll poke at it to see if there are holes in your theory, and if you find holes, it's for you to go and fix it and come back. She not run your finances. She tells you what to do, and you have to have the discipline to do it. So people might think that you send your money to her for some strange reason and she pays your bills. I don't know. No, she tells you exactly what you need to do in order to get your emergency fund together, be able to invest, da 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 da. You need to be responsible enough, disciplined enough, and dedicated enough to your own future and your own goals to do that. And always the easiest thing, because as I said, me and Anna never always say eye to eye. When Yolanda gave me my allocation, I remember I was just being so sarcastic. I was just being a bum, really. She tell me how much it is for my gas, for my car. And I said, watch out, me I go blow in it. Full well knowing I don't need to blow in the car. I don't need to blow in the car. Because that's probably my gas amount for the month anyways. But I was just being, you know what I mean? Because, and then there's another thing, she will allocate your money to the T, to the point where you're not allowed or you're told not to buy anything for yourself. So no going out, no new clothes, no nothing, because there's nowhere in the budget for that. Whether you do that or not is dependent on you, because at the end of the day, if you don't do it, you're robbing yourself. If you do it, the benefit is yours. So you have to decide on what you want to achieve, and just know that there's somebody holding you accountable, and she's not holding you kind of sort of accountable, full blast accountable. And if you're not used to that type of energy in your life, it can be scary, and it can be a turn off, because good girl have attorney at law vibes, right? So yeah, would I join the money society again? A friend of mine asked, and I gave her a double-sided answer at the time, but I thought about it again, and I would say yes. Why? Because I'd actually planned to go back after the 7 months. My tenure had finished, but I'm not going to go back quite yet, because of where I am right now. Why? Yes, because I saw the value in it, as I've said before, outside of just my finances. I want to be a hot girl. I want to go outside and present my best self and live my best life. And when you see me, you must have wonder then, is all that? Not as I want to draw attention to myself, but I want the atmosphere to shift when I arrived. if that makes sense. Like, my presence must be felt, and not because I'm being extra or loud or whatever, but because I'm confidently owning the space that I'm in. Financially and otherwise, the program was good for me, and so yes, I would join again, because there are some things that I didn't get to achieve out of the program because of how everything went down for me personally, that I would want to get. So yes, I would join this again. Another thing that I wanted to say, should you join the Money Society? If you're not somebody who somebody can talk to you strong, and when I say strong, I don't mean like shouting or anything. She might shout, I don't know. I think she shouts. But if you don't want nobody to call you out on your cow feces, don't join the Money Society. If you're not willing to participate in your own saving, don't join the Money Society. If you think you're above instruction, don't join the Money Society. Because when Anna is sitting in front of you, she don't business who you are in a see, he, ho, he, see, he, hef. She don't care. It's about what you need to get done, where you want to be, and how she can help you to get there, and what she thinks is the best way to get there. And her strategies are tried, tested, and proven. And so if you're not somebody who is willing to go all the way to bend your back, or if you're an outside braff all the while person, yeah, and your finances is not supporting that type of lifestyle, you're going to have to put on the braffing. And most people, when it comes down to change, we're resistant. I will start put up our fighting hands, and you might meet a wall and a blockade, and at the end of the day, you're not going to benefit. So she is a money coach, and if you're not coachable, I don't think you should join. If you're not somebody who is willing, as I said, to participate in your own saving, don't go. You're wasting your time. It's not airy fairy. It's not Anna does the work. Anna don't do a thing more than tell you what to do, guide you with her wisdom, and you have to go do it yourself. Cool. If you are reluctant to change, whether it be by somebody encouraging or otherwise, and you are willing to talk yourself out of a better future for yourself, the Money Society is not the place for you. Let me give you an instance of something. So I went to the bank. She told me to open a particular account. I went to the wrong institution. I was supposed to go to Sagicor Life. I went to Sagicor Bank. Explained to the lady at Sagicor Bank what I wanted. She said, yeah, man. Anna already told me how much this should cost me based on my allocations in my budget. And signed up paperwork and that, and they said, okay, so that will be, say, 25,000. I say, no, miss, that wrong. And she said, no. And I said, listen, either you wrong, me wrong, but me know Anna no miss. So we're going to circle about this. And she's like, who is Anna? At the time, it's kind of weird to kind of tell who that was. But that is she not miss. So she not tell you foolishness. She not tell you garbage. Cool? She was correct. I was in the wrong place, and the lady was telling me the wrong thing. So both of us, I'm giving wrong information, and so she's giving return garbage in, garbage out. But Anna was right. And I was confident enough because of what I've seen to know that Anna not tell me no foolishness. She not misspun that like that. Cool? So if you're not willing to kind of put her in the driver's seat, and in terms of which direction your life is gonna go, but when you make each stop to jump out and go get the work done and come back, come load up the car, don't join the Money Society. This was not a paid promotional video. I did not get paid. I'm just telling you my experience, as I said. This is my opinion. And if it is that you do join the Money Society, I wish you all the best. Have my finances changed? Yes, they have. In a better way. In a much better way. And they will continue to do so, because I plan to continue to put in the work and to fight for my own destiny, and that's on the future of my child, and for us to have a better way of life than I grew up knowing and that we even have now. Yeah, and for me it was a good investment. For me it was a roller coaster of a ride, but at the end of it I came off better than when I went on, and I will do it again. Cool? Anyways, sun has come up and I gotta go get to my routine. So thank you guys for watching. I do hope this video provided some benefits. I hope you watched to the end. And I hope that you found some substance in what was said. Again, this is not what let me say. This is not whatever. Me not tell you what I'm gonna do. I just tell you what happened to me and how and what that meant for me, and you can make your decisions based on that, but it's not advice telling you what to do. The last thing I want to leave you with is that better in life is possible. Better for me, better for you, better for all of us. It is more than possible. But better is hard. Better is new, especially if you grew up in certain circumstances around certain people with a certain set of mindset. Better is going to be difficult, and you're going to be pushing against the tide. The crowd is going to be going that way and you're going the opposite direction. So it's going to be difficult, but it is possible. Please make the investment in yourself. And I'm not talking about the money society. I'm talking about your mindset. I'm talking about your goals. I'm talking about how you're living your life. Please invest in yourself and invest in your future. And take life by the reins. Nobody now come save you here. There's no... Jesus Christ went to the cross. He died for all our sins. Some of y'all have still not accepted him as Savior. Who then? He came. He actually did it. Who then are you waiting on to save you? Mr. John Tom? Mr. Matalan? Whoever? Miss, sir, get it together. And even the decision to serve Christ is solely in your hands, because Jesus is not forcing nobody. You have to make the decision. You have to actively participate in your saving. And it's no different with anything else. So, bear that in mind. So if I want better, what people say is after all, it might bleed a little too. But it's all a part of the process. Anyways, bon voyage. I do wish you guys well. Thank you for watching. If you found some value, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. So when I drop other videos, you can see. This is Life with Nessa and Nai. I'm Nessa. I think Nai's up. If not, have a great day, have a great week. Whenever you see this, have a great time. Thank you for watching. And to all the new subscribers, thank you for being a part of the family. Bye.